UK used car price crash in March 2024. We're coming up to the end of March now. And yeah, I'm just going to go through some examples of some cars at some amazing prices. I talk about a lot on the channel as well, whether it's my fast Fords, fast VWs, and yeah, even some sort of like, bit of cars out there. Just to tell you that, yeah, you can get these cars at amazing prices and it's a good time to buy. It really is a good time to buy these used cars. So I'm going to start straight away on a car that I've driven quite a lot and look forward to driving in the channel in the future. And that's this Ford Focus ST Track Pack. Now, the Track Pack has not been out for that long. This particular car is in a nice white colour. And yeah, if you didn't know about the Track Pack, you get the big, larger brakes, the lighter wheels, the track sort of orientated suspension. It's a really, really cool car, and yeah, I can thoroughly kind of recommend it for that sort of fun blast. Now, new spec from Ford, these cars are about looking at over £40,000, so it's £43,000 new. You might be able to get some sort of a haggler discount maybe with Ford or something like that, but the truth is, you can get deals simply on Auto Trader. So for example, this car, £29,750 with 4,700 miles, 23 plate. Job done. It's not from a main Ford dealer. It's actually from a main Seat dealer, or a specialist cars in Seat, which I actually think is not a bad thing, because does it suggest that this owner has part X'd it for a Seat? In which case, they're probably quite a good driver. That's how I kind of think of things. Yeah, and there's some good sort of like images of the car, and it looks nice. And yeah, it's got the details of it there. But that's not all. There's plenty to go through actually, but I'm going to start with the Ford Puma ST, a car that I show on the channel quite a lot as well. Well, I've already given away the price, £19,000, 37,800 miles, 71 plate manual in a cool little green colour. Super fun car. Ford no longer make the 1.5, they only make the 1 litre EcoBoost in an automatic form. So if you want a 1.5 manual, this is the one to get. And at £19,000 for the mean green colour, I mean, spec'd again, this is a lot more, reversing camera, super fun car, and, you know, driven by an enthusiast as well. Recaro seats. Yeah, and it's super exciting to see these kind of cars at prices which actually kind of makes sense to me, not this sort of crazy inflated amount that you get when buying new cars now. Everything seems to be over £40,000. You can't even seem to get a Fiat 500 for less than £40,000 these days. But you could get a Ford Puma ST, you could get a Ford Focus ST Track Pack as well. We've got more. I had another Ford Focus here as well, an ST Track Pack, just because this one was from a main Ford dealer, just to put that in there, and it's only £1,000 more as a result. So that's one to say. Mark 8 Golf R. Now, I've shared this car a lot on the channel, driven it a lot on the channel too. And look at that, £29,950, 19,000 miles, 21 plate. What a bargain. It's 18th of the 3rd is when it was changed, but I've got my price tracker to see when it gets changed about with. I'm filming this on the 22nd of March. And yeah, I mean, just check out that. It's just pretty simple, in black. Probably no options on it really, but what do you need? It's got huge brakes, it's got 320 odd horsepower and 4-wheel drive, and yeah, it looks like a Golf, and you can have that for less than £30,000. I mean, there's a facelift model coming out, so potentially that's, there's more reasons for the price to potentially go down in the future, but at the moment that's a bargain, and certainly something that I'll be looking at. There's sort of been questions about the infotainment and sort of the haptic buttons, but at the price point for less than 30 grand, I'm not too sure what more you could want. It's a super fun car and super fun to drive, and yeah, 2021 plate as well, so that's a pretty good price from my kind of point of view, and yeah, certainly something that's worth considering. Moving on a little bit more differently, I thought I'd go for like a limited run car, so Ford Focus RS Red Edition. These cars are sort of popping up a little bit as well. Maybe owners are sort of sitting on them for too long. Pictures aren't great here, but this is from a main Ford dealer, which is again a good sign because it shows it's got a main Ford dealer history. These cars are really, really well cherished and looked after. This particular one is, well, in red because it's only 300 made. And you get like carbon fibre bits inside. I myself have owned an RS edition, which is essentially the same, just in blue. And I believe there was only 500 of those, but there's 300 of these. So they command a premium. Now, for example, this car's done 14,500 miles, which is pretty good. It's a free owner car. See the carbon and the seats. Yeah, it's a special piece of kit. And at the price, with that sort of low mileage, is pretty good. And they've always sort of stayed around this kind of mark in price simply because of the demand for fast Ford fans out there. You know, it's a fun car. It's not really going to lose its money, and that's the biggest kind of thing that you've got to think about in car ownership, is it's the value that it can kind of hold. And this will hold its money because there's just simply not many of them. This one's got mud flaps, which I'm not biggest fan of, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and that can obviously be removed. And it's got the Pilot Super Sport tyres on it, so they look like almost like the original kind of ones, potentially, or, well, yeah, potentially he's just replaced it for like. But again, a great example. Now, you you're not going to lose money. I've just shown you a track pack, which started at £43,000, and it's already going for 29,000. Do you want to know the price of what this car started at? Well, it was pretty much that in 2018, 36,995. Except the owners have done 14,500 miles, and it's still worth exactly the same, and they've enjoyed a great car. This makes sense. And those limited little cars really, really do make sense. I mean, I'm getting excited just kind of sharing this. It's really great to see. But I've got even more exciting things to share. Bang. And it's going to come from Mercedes. So this is the A45 S, new version. Yeah, just simply in white. Nothing more about that. But the car is fully built AMG, and it's a powerhouse. It's extremely quick, and with the 4MATIC system as well, it'll put down its power. This particular car is up as a private seller, so just obviously be aware of that. But it's up for £32,000. Recently being reduced it by a little bit, as you can see just in there. And okay, privately you've got to be careful, but I've seen a lot of cars, these kind of A45Ss, and a lot of the others that I show as well, around this kind of price point now. And for that price, you're getting a hell of a car. Mercedes have recently announced that the C63 is going to a 4-cylinder. You know, that's going to be this 4-cylinder. That's already in this car, except that one has a hybrid in it. So you can get this car, instead of paying well over £100,000, you can get it for, you know, low £30,000. It's pretty incredible, and I'm going to end it. Well, actually, not end it. I wanted to give a shout out to this car as well, because I appreciate people have families and stuff like that, but still want some fun. Appreciate, again, the colours, not for everyone. But this is from a main Audi dealer, an Audi R SQ3, the new one, in a nice sort of light, easygoing blue. And the R SQ3 is the 5-cylinder, the 2.5 litre 5-cylinder. Yeah, again, absolute powerhouse. 13,000, is it 13,000 miles this car? Let me double check. 26,500 miles, 70 plates. They've been reduced from 41,500 down to 38,500 pounds. We're going to get a nice video here from Audi as well, and you obviously get like the Audi approved used sort of warranties and everything as part of it. I believe the price is like that probably because the colour's not for everyone, but it's about the car. I mean, what a car. Look at those exhausts, look at the noise. It's absolutely brilliant in my kind of point of view. Yeah, really, really, really super cool. But last one I'm going to end it, which I think is the best one that I'm going to end it, because I appreciate, and these are all still under 40 grand. This car, there you go, less than 10 grand, Ford Fiesta ST Mark 8. The owner's just reduced it from 10,750 to 9,995, 50,000 miles, 68 plate, done. You know, 3-door, super fun car, Mark 8 ST. He's done a few little yellow decals, but what can you expect for less than 10 grand? And yeah, they don't even make this Fiesta ST anymore. They don't even make the Fiesta anymore. This has got the 18-inch wheels as well. Really, really nice car. Tend to be owned by enthusiasts who tend to be quite finicky and looking after their cars. And this is absolutely no different. It's got the DRLs as well. So I thought that was the last one to kind of end on. And I've seen in the low sort of like 11, 12, 13,000 pounds for a lot of these Mark 8 STs now. And this is an ST3 too. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on these kind of cars, and I feel it's a great time to get in and get a used car. and avoid those sort of that heavy, crazy depreciation on a sort of a plus 40 grand car, if you should so wish. And yeah, this is a community channel, so please feel free to get in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts, and it does help everyone out because we're kind of in it together, and that's what the channel is all about. Yeah, and like, share, subscribe. Plenty more content to come.